Bitcoin's price has exploded in recent weeks, topping 90,000 convincingly amid a number of political and economic triggers. But now many wonder if Bitcoin will continue its epic rally and what the next big thing is that could propel its price to new highs. Well, in this video we have just the right suggestion, so stay tuned to find out if we're in for a face-melting rally in December. Before we continue, you should know that nothing in this video is financial advice. All of it is for educational purposes only, as we dive deeper into the mysterious and exciting realm of cryptocurrencies. My name is George, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to our channel with the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Now, back to it. The event that I'm talking about is the potential of Microsoft, the world's largest software company and also the third largest one by market capitalization, to start investing in Bitcoin. Earlier in October, the company filed a document with the SEC announcing their annual shareholders meeting for 2024. It will take place on December 10th, and there's an agenda that will be followed, including proposals for the shareholders to consider. What we're specifically interested in and what this video is all about is found on page 78 of the document, more precisely the part that is called Assessment of Investing in Bitcoin. This proposal comes from the National Center for Public Policy Research and aims to use Bitcoin as a tool for diversification and added shareholder value. It reads, and I quote, "In periods of consistent and often rampant inflation, a company's financial standing is unfortunately measured not only by how well it conducts its business, but also by how well it stores the profits from its business. Corporations that invest their assets wisely can, and often do, increase shareholder value more than profitable businesses that don't. Therefore, corporations have a fiduciary duty to maximize shareholder value, not only by working to increase profits, but also by working to protect those profits from debasement." The document further highlights the impressive performance of Bitcoin, which has increased by 414% over the past 4 years, outperforming corporate bonds by roughly 411% on average. It also gives an example with MicroStrategy, which is currently the largest corporate holders of BTC, and its stock price has outperformed that of Microsoft by 313% in 2024. Anyways, the shareholders formally requested that the board of directors should conduct an assessment to determine if diversifying the company's balance sheet by including Bitcoin is in the best long-term interest of shareholders. Now, it's worth pointing out that this is a big ask. Microsoft is a multi-trillion-dollar company, and as such, choosing the assets to invest in surely comes following long and probably tedious assessment reviews. That's pretty much what the company responded in its statement, saying that they have previously evaluated Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies among their options and that they continue to monitor trends and developments related to cryptocurrencies to inform future decision making. So far, so good. However, the statement also says, and I quote again, "As the proposal itself notes, volatility is a factor to consider in evaluating cryptocurrency investments for corporate treasury applications that require stable and predictable investments to ensure liquidity and operational funding." Ultimately, Microsoft stated that the proposal for public assessment is unwarranted. Even though the meeting will be held on December 10th, many have already written off the possibility of a positive decision on the matter. But is there more to the story? A fresh report indicated that the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, plans to propose Bitcoin adoption to the board of directors of Microsoft next month, following their shareholders meeting. He confirmed that he is scheduled for a 3-minute presentation to pitch Bitcoin for their corporate treasury strategy. So even if the board is currently unconvinced of the merits of allocating part of its cash reserves in BTC, the possibility seems to still be on the table, even if it doesn't necessarily happen this year. Ultimately, Microsoft seems rather unlikely to invest in Bitcoin soon, but it's also evident that the shareholder pressure is mounting, highlighting the appeal of BTC. Now, it's very hard to predict what the potential involvement from Microsoft would mean for Bitcoin's price, but if history is any indication, it could trigger a considerable rally regardless of the sum they decide to invest in. Recall that back in 2021, Tesla made headlines investing $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Now, 1.5 billion might not be a huge sum for a trillion-dollar market like BTC, but regardless, the news alone sent the price soaring by more than $10,000 back then. And that's just Tesla, it's not Microsoft. It also depends how they would structure the investment and whether they would buy Bitcoin directly or through a financial instrument such as an ETF, for example. But even here, we see the progress our industry is going through, because back when Tesla first bought BTC, there were no ETFs. They exist now, however, and they attract billions of dollars regularly. A move like Microsoft adopting Bitcoin as part of their treasury would likely send ripples throughout the entire corporate world, a signal that BTC is not to be ignored, and that companies that do might fall behind. MicroStrategy's stock performance is already an indication of that, with the disclaimer here that it's a much smaller company compared to the likes of, let's say, Apple and Microsoft. This, coupled with the fact that Donald Trump is expected to enact favorable cryptocurrency regulations, could stage the grounds for positive price performance in 2025, and who knows, perhaps even after that. And that, my friends, is a wrap of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.